Welcome to our channel cook.bake.repeat. Today, after a long gap, I am presenting you with a new video on pickle, the season's pickle, the queen of pickles, Avakkai. And for making this pickle, here with me is my friend Mrs. Gayatri Devarajan. She will show you our favorite pickle, how to make for this season.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you for this privilege of giving me the opportunity to just give the process about how to make this avocado pickle, which is my most favorite pickle, and that's the only reason I learned to make this pickle.
Okay, so your mother taught you this?
As a child, as a growing up girl and everything, I've been seeing my mother making this, my aunties.
Okay, so Gayatri had introduced me to Avakkai when I shifted to our new residence in Mumbai. So for this, I think you need a special kind of mango.
Yeah, in this, the mango, whenever you select mango for avocado, you have to make sure it has a thick skin. The skin cannot be thin.
Okay.
So because when we mix all the ingredients into it, we let it, and see, we also should remember in avocado,
it is not an instant pickle.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not an instant pickle, and the pieces has to be relatively little big. It cannot be small, because mangoes, once they start soaking the ingredients and everything, it becomes like one. You will not come to know a difference between the mango and the ingredients.
Okay.
So you have to make sure the mango skin is thick.
Okay.
And it has got little sourness to it, so that when you add all the ingredients, especially these chili powder and your mustard seeds, so when they get into it, so the flavor which comes out, it's it's brilliant. I don't have any, and especially during the when you have a curd rice and you're really feeling hungry and you have nothing around, and you have curd rice with this avocado, you're like, my mouth is watering. That's the most favorite. And summers means I can only connect to two things, that is manga curry and avocado with curd rice. So that is the beauty of this achar.
So now Gayatri will show us how we make this pickle, avocado. So viewers, here I am in the mango market looking for the best mangoes for making our avocado pickle. In Mumbai, we get a variety of mango called as ladwa mangoes. This variety is thick-skinned with adequate sourness, just right for our pickle. So before buying the mango, check a piece of the mango for its sourness. Yes, it is correct. The right amount of sourness is there. So now I'll select the mangoes. Once the mangoes are bought, wash them in clear water and dry them with a clean towel before chopping into pieces. Mango is chopped along with the kernel. Here the vendor has a sharp cutter, just right for chopping the mangoes as per our requirement. So I have told the vendor to chop into 1-inch pieces. As you can see, the kernel is intact. In no time, our mangoes are readily chopped. In Mumbai, these are some privileges which we get while shopping for mangoes. Now we need to remove the creamy white seed inside the kernel before we pickle the mangoes. Please ensure none of these small creamy seeds are there. Remove it. So the mangoes are getting ready. Yes, now we will go ahead with our process.
So this is avocado, and for this you need raw mango cut into small pieces as convenient as you, but don't make it very small because it can just, after a few days it can just become soggy. And
so this size is okay, huh?
Yeah, this or little bigger than this. Then for the ingredients which goes into making this is, you have salt, red chili powder, turmeric. Then you have this mustard, the yellow mustard seeds you get. So you can powder them, or you can get the powder, or you will get the flake. So both can be used for this. But this is not the black one. This is the yellow one. In case you don't get yellow one, you can use the black one. You just roast it slightly and powder it, so it will become like a flake. That also you can use. Then this is our fenugreek seeds flake. So sometimes people use the whole fenugreek, but here I am using the flake. And then generally in Hindi they call it methi ka dal and mustard dal. Both they call it as dal because it's broken. Then this is our Gingely oil, which also goes. And all these ingredients will be like raw, we will be using them. We will not be putting them in gas or anything. All the ingredients has to be used in the raw form. One more thing which I left is, this is hing, which also will go into it. So now the first thing is the proportion, how we are going to use the mangoes. So once you get the mangoes, you have to make sure you dry them, because generally mangoes after cutting also they have some sort of dampness, moisture which is contained. So you have to take a nice clean white cloth like this, whichever, like some soft cloth, and please dry them. So after drying them, you can also just spread it below a fan, or if you have sunlight, spread it for some time, maybe half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever time you want. Make sure it's fully dry. Once the mango is dry, take any measurement cup which you want to use as, like now I have taken this as my measuring cup. So I've already measured my mangoes, and this is like around 10 cups of this measurement cup. So this is my mangoes ready for making the achar. Achar. So since this seems to be a very small bowl, I am going to transfer it to a bigger bowl for mixing it. Deepa, just.
So here we have our mangoes are ready. This is 10 cups of mango. This is a measurement we have used.
So now if you can see, I have taken salt. Generally the proportion is 5 cups of mango, 1 cup of salt.
Okay.
But since nowadays none of us use crystal salt, we are all using powdered salt. This is more like in this powdered salt, it's enough to use 3/4 cup instead of a 1 cup. Otherwise you'll feel the achar to be very salty. So I am taking, since it is 10 cup, I need 2 3/4 cups of salt. So this is my 1 3/4 cup of salt.
The second cup also goes in.
Now just Deepa mix it, no?
Yeah. Our mangoes are coated nicely in salt.
So here we can see water. This water has oozed out of the mango once it has got mixed with the salt. So now we can slowly start adding the other ingredients. So I am taking chili powder. The bowl which I had taken as a measurement, I am using the same bowl and I am taking 1 full cup of chili powder. After adding each and every ingredient separately, keep mixing it well before you add the other ingredients. So now I have added chili powder, so I am mixing it well before I add my next ingredient to the pickle. And make sure you remove it from down, like you just mix it well, otherwise the salt will remain below. It will not get mixed well. You can see that there is still, see, this is salt. So since if this has to get mixed well, we have to nicely mix it. You can see the chili powder and the salt has got well coated into the mangoes. Now we can slowly add the next ingredient. So the next ingredient which I am going to add is the fenugreek seeds, which is like a flake. I made it into a flake. I'm using that, and you get this in the shop ready made also. In Hindi they call it methi dana. Now I'm going to add the mustard powder. This also you can use as flake. So here I have this powder. For again in Hindi you call this as rai ka dal, rai dal. Make sure you are mixing it very well so that everything is getting like into each and every part of the mango. Like all the mango are evenly getting all the ingredients. So you have to rotate nicely and mix it well. It's like I'm taking 1 teaspoon of hing. And 2 teaspoons of haldi. So now slowly I am adding the oil to it. So you can add for 1 kg of mango around 750 ml of oil. The idea when you add the oil is initially you just add half of it, not the whole, while you are mixing it, and when you are going to add it, when you are going to fill the mangoes into its jar, that is the time when you add the rest of the oil to it. So now I've added around maybe 300 ml of oil to this. So the remaining 450 I'll be adding when I am going to shift this mango to the jar. So now we will be transferring our achar to the jar. So now this is the jar. You have to oil the jar properly so that it doesn't get spoiled. So I have put some 2 spoons of oil, and now I will rotate it nicely so the oil gets spread over all the place. And you have to oil the lid also. So you can close it also and nicely hold it and do it like some. So we'll now add some 2 spoons of oil down before we add our mangoes to it. The ready mango pickle which is ready. So now after adding 2 spoons of oil below, you add the mango. It's always better to layer the mango and put the oil, like how we try to do layering in biryani. Similarly, 1 layer of oil, 2 layers of mango, again 1 layer of oil and 2 layers of mango. This way your oil gets neatly spread everywhere. All the mangoes will get the oil proportionately in your jar. So finally, the jar should have the oil floating on top of it, and then you can close it and close it airtight by adding some cloth and tying it, and leave it for at least 2 months aside. Then if you remove after 2 months, when you open and taste your achar, it will be very very yummy. But it has to really get soaked well with all the ingredients, then only you will get the full taste of the achar. Friends, our final process is over with making the achar, with filling it in this clay jar. Okay, but in olden days we used to have the big ones. The family used to have 3-10 kgs like this type of jar, but nowadays we don't get them so easily in the market. So you can shift to glass jar. You get them. You get 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg. So Deepa, you remember this is the
the first lot which we had put for the season.
For the season.
So this is how the oil gets floated on top. You can see around 1 inch of oil in this glass jar. So the final output of the avakkai will be like this.
And do enjoy it after 2 months and give your review after making it also.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel Cook, Bake, Repeat. Also, share with family and friends.